Breaking. Should your favorite district attorney, Fani Willis, recuse herself? Now let's get to it.
So I get it. A lot of you people are like mad confused, like, yo, why are they going in on DA Willis? So she hooked up with the dude Big Whoop. Let me explain it to you. If you're the prosecutor, you have choices in what cases you bring and what cases you don't bring. This case, a RICO case against Donald Trump, there's not like a rape victim calling you like, yo, I got raped. No, she chose to bring this case because she thinks she can prove a RICO election conspiracy. Okay, well, what's this relationship got to do with any of that? Well, her relationship is with a man who she hired on behalf of the district attorney's office to act as a special prosecutor in the Trump case. Okay, so what's the problem with that? Well, peep this. So you get to choose what cases to bring and what cases not to bring. And you decide to bring the biggest, most complicated, most high profile case in the history of cases. You bring a RICO case against a former president. And what you do, you don't go get an experienced RICO prosecutor. You get some dude with no RICO experience. How do you know him? You've been hooking up with him. How much do you pay him? Close to $1 million. And everybody's around wondering like, yo, are you sure you're being fair and impartial and not just bringing the case for the clout and not just bringing the case because it's good for you and you're actually bringing the case because the case should be bought? Well, wouldn't it be a way better look if the guy you hired had... So I get it. A lot of you people are like,
Everyone, welcome to the mix. Like, share, subscribe per usual. For those who are new to my channel, I need for you guys to go ahead and smash that subscription button, and for everyone, hit the notification bell. That way you will be in tune with all the content I drop on my channel. I need for you all to listen to this video. Yes, I won't keep you all long. Listen to this video from beginning to end. Thank you very much. Hit that like, hit that share. It's free to like, it's free to share. There are ways to support my channel. Go ahead and hit the Cash App. You see it right here. You can also head on over to the description section. More donation information is there. Zelle, Cash App. Thank you very much in advance. What's going on, you guys, in the community section? So head on over there and vote. Keep it respectful and peaceful in the comments section. Now let me jump right into the topic. Okay, you guys, as you can see, what this video is going to be about. Yes, it's an update actually to the Fani Willis topic I did the other day about Fani Willis having to answer some questions in court. Okay, I somewhat misspoke. Well, I did not affirmatively say that she was being grilled pretty much by the ARDC. I did insinuate and basically said I think the ARDC is overseeing this hearing. However, that is not correct. That's not true. So this is like an extraordinary type of thing going on. It's not being overseen by the ARDC. It was brought before the court, to my knowledge, by a defendant, one of Trump's allies, who actually, I think an attorney or someone else who Fani prosecuted within a RICO case against Trump. But they filed this special motion and brought this to the judge's attention. Fani Willis has this inappropriate or misconduct type of conflict of interest relationship with the lead prosecutor, who she was DICKING down, and it has been confirmed in court that yes, they had an actual relationship, I believe, while he was married or separated or something like that. Not legally separated to my understanding, but whatever. I believe he's divorced now. So with that being said, there are some conflict of interest concerns, and although Fani Willis did not commit a crime or been convicted of any wrongdoing, and it's not a crime with what she's doing, but it does raise questions in terms of prosecutorial actions from a legal professional perspective, because she's representing the county, you know, that particular county and the people. So you have to have your ducks in order, to my understanding. It's called rules of professional conduct that all attorneys are governed by through the American Bar Association. I'll go over that with you a little later as well. But that's where the issue lies. So let me go ahead and share some excerpts of this, a couple articles, and then I'll come back with my commentary, reaction, opinion. But before I do this, let me say this too. Number two, don't get it twisted. And I'm trying to be as objective as possible. They're in this space, whatever capacity you're in. Let's just keep it real, keep it 100, keep it trill, as they say. Yes, people within the office and corporate environments do have situationships, affairs, and all of that. Does it happen? Absolutely. Do you think it happened in the legal field? I hope you do know it does happen in the legal field. Do I have any examples? This is an example of Fani Willis, because her and Nathan Wade has admitted to this in court. But they don't supposed to when it comes to the legal community. They have these, again, rules of professional conduct. But like I said, I'm going to do my best to be as objective as possible, because My point is that Fani Willis is a woman first and foremost, and she's a black woman first and foremost, melanated. And if you're going to go after the former president of the United States, you better have your ducks in order. You can't do what everyone else does. You just can't. And granted, I'm quite sure in whatever capacity you're probably in within your workplace, people don't turn a blind eye, and it's dynamics in terms of position of power. Fani Willis is the district attorney, so the guy she appointed, Nathan Wade, who is now divorced, I believe, her boo, he is the lead prosecutor in the Trump case. So they are just trying to, the reason why this is brought before the court, they're just trying to get them removed from the case of this situation, which could have possibly had some type of influence in a adverse way in terms of ethic wise. It's an ethical thing. It's an ethical thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, so let me share these excerpts of this article, and then I'll come back with more of my commentary, reaction, opinion. I hope you get my point. Like I said, one, the ARDC is not overseeing this, and don't get it twisted, you guys. It could possibly go that route in the future, depending on the outcome of this. So it could go to the ARDC, possibly. That's a strong possibility, depending on the outcome of this, and a judge is deciding the outcome of this hearing, basically trying to see if he should remove the entire case from Fani's district attorney's office. Hey, you guys, according to APnews.com, Fani Willis' testimony evokes long-standing frustration for black women leaders. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is used to prosecuting high-profile, challenging cases, but as she about her own personal conduct from the witness stand against the legal teams for defendants, her office has accused of election interference. Many black women recognize as dispiriting saying. It absolutely feels familiar. There's no secret that the common sentiment among black women in position of power is that they must overperform to be seen as equals to their counterparts, said Jessica T. Ormsby, a family litigation attorney in Washington, D.C. area. Here, Ms. Willis is being scrutinized for things that are not directly related to her job performance in ways we see other black women regularly picked apart. Ormsby said, I kind of disagree. It is in direct connection. If you had an actual relationship consistently with someone and then you hire them, you're paying your man. Allegedly. What? You're paying your man to lead a prosecutorial, actions through the courts against a former president. So it does directly impact her and the taxpayers. Okay, the article further cites, Willis testified during an extraordinary hearing that could result in her office being removed from the state's election interference case against former President Donald Trump. She was questioned Thursday about her relationship with the attorney leading her office's prosecution, Nathan Wade, her boo thing. Willis and Wade have acknowledged they had a personal relationship, but have denied any improper conduct. And to my understanding, this should have been disclosed in the beginning. It should not even have gotten to that point. To my understanding, they were denying this. And I said in my last video, I wasn't totally following this. So forgive me, you guys, if I seem a little choppy, but I believe, to my understanding, they were not, they did not disclose this. And that's why we're here now. It's being alleged that Trump was the one who hired so many investigators to hone in on this. And that's why I said, she's a melanated woman. She's a woman. She's melanated. Please have your T's crossed and I's dotted and no skeletons in your closet, especially going after a former president. I don't even care if it wasn't former President Trump. It could be someone else in high profile, political positions. Girl, have your stuff together, because voila. And I'm not going to say that this doesn't happen. Like I said before, it happens. And some people just turn a blind eye to it. But you are on a huge mega stage, Fani Willis. So you should have came correct, because voila, we're here now. And I know it's okay, other people do it. It's a problem when I do it, but when they do it, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's how it goes, unfortunately. Okay, regardless of the legal merits of the claim by Trump and his co-defendants that Willis' conduct was improper, relationships between co-workers are often prohibited or must be disclosed in many workplaces, including at major private law firms. Willis has faced criticism from many legal experts otherwise supportive of the case due to her relationship with Wade. Still, few people who find themselves in such circumstances have the most intimate details of their lives aired so publicly. Mind you, this is not the first, but it's just on a huge stage like this because it has something to do with former President Trump. In interviews with Associated Press, many black women leaders expressed frustration and disappointment that public attention had turned from the merits of the criminal case to the personal conduct of the black woman overseeing the prosecution. That's because, oh God, it's like I said before, you guys, it's being alleged that she went to a couple other prosecutors, and they did not accept the offer to prosecute former President Trump. So she was kind of left with this guy, I guess. And to my understanding, Fani Willis is trying to climb up that legal corporate ladder, meaning that she wants to possibly be in the White House, wants to Department of Justice or the Department of Defense. She wants to be in those type of spaces, DC wise. So, or possibly Supreme Court Justice, possibly. So when you are going after a former president, when you're hitting people with these RICO cases, Young Thug Jeffrey, his people, and just clean up Fulton County, and I'm sure rightfully so, in terms of if you're out there doing something illegal streetwise to the community, then yeah, I get that, but when people act like this in this fashion, this form of fashion, whether it be Fani Willis, when lawyers act like when lawyers position a prosecutorial tough on crime, they are viewed in high regard within the legal community and within politics. So that's what she's gunning for, actually, essentially. So article further cites, kind of jump down to here. Scrutiny of Willis' personal life has diverted attention away from the allegations against Trump. He has been indicted 4 times in the last year, accused in Georgia, Washington, D.C. of plotting to overturn 2020 election laws to Democrat Joe Biden, in Florida of hoarding classified documents, and in Manhattan of falsifying business records and related to hush money paid to porn actor Stormy Daniels on his behalf. That just sounds so weird saying that. Trump has rallied against individual prosecutors, judges, and the legal system as a whole, but he reserves special, often quoted rhetoric for his attacks on women and people of color. Donald Trump knows that he can make any easy target for his base out of a black woman, said Brittany Pagnant Cunningham, a racial equal activist and podcast host. This from the court proceedings also reflect many of our day-to-day experiences, defending ourselves against a sea of individuals who do not share our background and harbor biases, both implicit and explicit, must be said. On Friday, Willis's team did not call her back to the stand while the court weighs whether she will be disqualified from the criminal case. It remains largely in limbo. We are not talking about the things that actually matter, which include, but are not limited to, bringing this country at least a tiny step back from the brink of fascism. No, instead, we're evaluating a black woman's looks, character, and professionalism when all she did was her job, Cunningham said. Well, I said something about her professionalism too. To me, it was hood and ghetto SF. It was. I just keep it real. I've never seen this happen before in my life with a legal professional. Never. I've been in every courtroom across the United States, but I haven't. And I'm in legal spaces. And I know attorneys behind the scene, they talk ish. Legal professionals, they code switch, regardless of what their cultural background is or makeup is. They code switch, they get comfortable, they this and that. But when they in that courtroom, it's action. Okay, you guys, article from CNN.com. Excerpts of this article was posted on the 15th. Opinion: Fani Willis and Nathan Wade need to step aside for the sake of the country, which that means that they should consider recusing themselves. That's what that is. Okay, while presiding over the investigation and prosecution of former President Donald Trump and 18 of his allies for attempting to reverse Georgia's 2020 presidential election results, Fulton County, Georgia's district attorney, Fani Willis has made 2 severe lapses in judgment. Too many. And this is written by William Cooper. In June 2022, she held a fundraiser for the political opponent of Republican Georgia State Senator Burt Jones, one of the Trump allies targeted in her investigation. Willis had announced the investigation over a year early in February 2021. The optics are horrific, Fulton County Judge Robert McBurney said about the fundraiser before disqualifying Willis and her staff from pursuing charges against Jones in July of 2022. Wow. So basically, Fani Willis raised money for the person who was going against Senator Jones, and then she came back around and tried to prosecute Senator Jones. Yeah, that's a conflict of interest. Basically disqualified Willis from going after Jones, Senator Burt Jones. Oh gosh. More recently, Willis admits to having a personal relationship with Nathan Wade, a special prosecutor she hired to help with Trump's prosecution. Her admission came in response to Trump co-defendant Michael Roman's court filings. This is where it began, claiming Willis and Wade had a clandestine relationship, seeking to remove them from the case. So that's where it all began. So she's going after people, and her stuff is not together behind the scenes. Come on now, Fani. I guess. And I'm not saying that other people ducks are in order, but like I said before, she's melanated and a woman. Yeah. It's just like it's different rules out here outside the legal community. Yeah. Okay, you guys, this is the American Bar Association website. I would encourage you guys to come here, read it at your leisure. This is for information, educational purposes. This is basically rules of professional conduct. This is the American Bar Association, and these are like rules and regulations governed by for attorneys to follow. We'll hop down here to conflict of interest. Conflict of interest. The prosecutor should know and abide by the ethical rules regarding conflicts of interest that apply in the jurisdiction and be sensitive to facts that may raise conflict issues. When a conflict requiring recusal exists and is non-waivable or informed consent has not been obtained, the prosecutor should recuse from further participation in the matter. The office should not go forward until a non-conflicted prosecutor or an adequate waiver is in place. Let's hop down to F. Okay. The prosecutor should not permit the prosecutor's professional judgment or obligations to be affected by the prosecutor's personal, political, financial, professional, business, property, or other interests or relationships. A prosecutor should not allow interest in personal advancement or aggrandizement to affect judgment regarding what is in the best interest of justice in any case. G. A prosecutor should disclose to appropriate supervisory personnel any facts or interests that could reasonably be viewed as raising potential conflicts of interest. So what this means is all of a sudden now, because they got them on record, they're admitting it, Nathan Wade and Fani Willis, they should have brought this forth, been transparent and disclosed their relationship in the beginning. And I guarantee you guys, we wouldn't be here now. And maybe it would be someone else prosecuting. She would be able to hire a prosecutor another independent prosecutor, and not have Nathan on the case, but yeah. So this further cites, if it is determined that the prosecutor should nevertheless continue to act in the matter, prosecutor and supervisor should consider whether any disclosure to a court or defense counsel should be made and make such disclosure if appropriate. Closed cases should be resolved in favor of disclosure to the court and the defense. H. Okay, this is the meat of it. The prosecutor whose current relationship to another lawyer is parent, child, sibling, spouse, or actual partner should not participate in the prosecution of a person who the prosecutor knows is represented by the other lawyer. A prosecutor who has a significant personal, political, financial, professional, business, property, or other relationship with another lawyer should not participate in the prosecution of a person who is represented by the other lawyer unless the relationship is disclosed to the prosecutor's supervisor and supervisory approval is given, or unless there is no other prosecutor who can be authorized to act in the prosecutor's stead. In the full disclosure should be made to the defense and to the court. I know that was a lot, but drop some comments in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I will drop the link to the previous video in the description section of this post. Keep it respectful and peaceful in the chat. So do you believe the judge overseeing this hearing, this extraordinary special type of hearing, will rule that Fani and her team will have to be removed or recuse themselves from the case? Me, in my opinion, I don't know. I can't say yay or nay. Who knows? I wonder. I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to possibly investigate, do a little digging and research on this judge. If it's a Democrat judge, then no. If it's a Republican judge, then possibly yes, a strong possibility. That's where we're at now with all of this. is this gang versus that gang. Democrat versus Republican. Whatever, so, but if the judge overseeing this is a Republican judge, then yes, it's a strong possibility. If the judge overseeing this is a Democrat judge, then no, Fani will not be removed. It's a possibility Fani will not be removed from this case, her and her team, because that's where we're at. That's where we're at with all of this. But yeah, this is quite interesting. Fani was a firecracker in court, the hearing, and wow, it was, in my opinion, I've said this before, it was hood as F, ghetto as F, her responses to me. It was, and I don't care what type of scrutiny that has been scrutiny or criticism she feels has been made towards her. I thought you're supposed to represent there should be a professional level, but this whole country, you guys, is just trash and ghetto. That's all I have to say. It just seems like everything. I don't care what your makeup is culture-wise. It just seems like the whole country is just trash, from the White House to the outhouse. It's just, everything is just trash. It's just so, like, where is the decorum? Where is the professionalism, you know, where it's just like everybody is on a different type of time, in my opinion. This is just my opinion right now. But yeah, so do you all believe too that Fani broke ethical rules, misconduct, rules of professional conduct? Drop it in the comment section. I think I ran a poll already. I'll check. If not, I will run a question about that, and a couple other questions. So stay connected to the mix, the community section, in the polls, vote. But yeah, this is quite interesting, and in my opinion, yes, I do believe she broke some rules of professional conduct. And as I stated earlier, does this type of stuff happen all the time in the community, regardless of what sector you're in? Not even just the legal sector. You have tech world, you have worship world, you have local government, their space and capacity, education, you have in automotives from a corporate level. I mean, it happens everywhere. It happens everywhere, and it's frowned upon. And I think a lot of organizations, they're cracking down on it, really implementing rules, and then also not only implementing the rules, they are enforcing them, because it's a power dynamic. Even with the Fani Willis situation, as you can see, Nathan Wade is her subordinate. He's under her. She's the DA. She's the big B. She's the big boss, meaning big boss. You know, she's the big boss in charge. She's the big B in charge over the entire case. But Fani has her hands full, but she's up to the task. She got Jeffrey trial with RICO charges, you know, young thugger. And then she got Trump. This got to be a lot. Is she getting a proper rest? I would be stressed the F out. Do she have any kids? Shoot. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of work. But if she don't, I guess she got time today. She got time. But it's going to be interesting, you guys. And people could say, well, oh, this has nothing to do with the case. Actually, it does. It really does. If you really want to get technical with it, it does. It does. And as I said, from an objective perspective, does this happen in this space, capacity, this sector, legal sector? Yeah, absolutely. Judges too. Yeah, absolutely. Conflicts of interest, rules of professional conduct being broken, or they're treading lightly, you know, or they're not disclosing. At least she could have, or they could have disclosed this. I guarantee you we wouldn't be here now. And this will put her and Nathan not disclosing all of this has put this case in jeopardy of being on hold and everything starting all over, because it doesn't stop the case even if she's removed. But everything has to kind of, I believe, start all over again. A new team of prosecutors come in, or they have to search for a prosecutor. But that's if, it's like I said before, she went to a couple other people who didn't want to take it. So voila, she was left, I guess, with her boo thing. So drop some comments, you guys, in the comment section. Like this video, share this video. Thank you guys for tuning in to the mix, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.